That's the marker. Senator Coburn, let's talk about the budget deal. A small budget deal that has been passed, a glimmer of hope on Capitol Hill for some bipartisan consensus. But here's the bottom line. They didn't take on the hard stuff, including we welcome in 2014 and these tough issues smack us in the face, including the debt ceiling that has to be raised come February or March. Are Republicans, are they going to demand concessions before raising the debt ceiling?
Well, I guess I can't really speak for Republicans. My thoughts is the American people don't believe we have a debt ceiling because we always increase it, and they don't believe we have the discipline in Washington. There is a positive out of what happened last week. We can come together and agree. What, David, I would say to you is the reason we're in trouble on deficits and debts is not because we didn't agree, but because we did. We agreed to spend $740 billion we didn't have last year. We agreed to waste $30 billion, as I put out in the waste book this year. We agreed to continue to let Medicare have $80 billion a year in fraud in it. We're going to have $80 billion a year in fraud in Obamacare. We agreed to all those things. So the story coming out of Washington is we don't get along. I would dispute that. We get along just fine with the status quo of the government being ineffective and inefficient. So we pass a bill that raises spending and raises taxes and denies what we promised the American people, and everybody says, oh my goodness, how great. You grew the government some more and you charged us more taxes and you didn't fix any of the problems.
So Senator Schumer, address the debt ceiling. It's not been addressed in this budget deal. Do you imagine another fight on this?
No. I would predict that Republicans will back off any hostage-taking, adding extraneous, irrelevant issues to the debt ceiling. They learned in October that if they followed the Tea Party and said, we're going to let the government default unless we get our way, it was highly unpopular. I understand there's some saber-rattling right now by Speaker Boehner and Minority Leader McConnell, and that's natural. They cut a good deal, I thought, on the budget, and they had to show the hard right that they're going to do something else. But at the end of the day, the president's going to hold firm. No negotiations on debt ceiling. The Republicans will look back to October and said, we're not going through this again.